Dear Class 3 students, welcome back. My name is Ben, and today we are going to start Part 2 Science EVS, Lesson 7 Animals Around Us. So you can all turn to page 113, that is 113. So after studying this lesson, we are going to learn about living things. Okay? We are also going to learn about the wild animals and the domestic animals. Okay? And we are going to learn about the zoo. We are going to learn about different types of animals. Okay? So are you all ready? Let's get started. So students, first let's discuss about living things. Living things can be we human beings, people, okay? Living things can be animal or plants, okay? Living things are living, they eat, okay? Living things they eat, they can move around, okay? And they grow. So students, now, students, here today we will discuss about animals. Now, animals are living things, right? Because they also reproduce like human. Now, a mother, here we can see a mother giving birth to a baby, right? So that means human being, we can reproduce, giving birth to our young ones, right? So students, same like a human being, even animals, they can reproduce. Okay, so here you can see some animals and their young ones. You can see here monkey, and you can see the infant here, a very cute infant here, right? And here you can see a dog, and you can see the puppies here, and we can see a tiger and tiger cub here. So from here we know that students, animals are living things, and like human being they also reproduce. Okay, that means giving birth to their young ones. Now students, here what do we see? So students, we human, we eat and we grow, right? We eat different types of healthy food. We eat different types of food because all types of food give us different benefits, right? So we eat and grow. So see, everyone, we were once a baby, child, adult, and a man, right? We can see here, students. So we humans, we are living things, we eat and grow. So like that, even animals, they eat and grow. So you can see here, right? Different animals, they have to eat and they have to grow. They have to eat for their survival. Okay? Okay. So students, now we humans, we can move from one place to another, right? So same as like that. Animals, they move, they can move from one place to another. Okay? We can see here a dog running, a horse, and we can also see uh, an insects here. Okay, so different types of animal, they move different ways. Some they can fly, some they run, some they swim. Okay, so and from here we learn that animals like humans, they also can move from one place to another. Now students, we are going to learn about the wild animals and domestic animals. Have you ever heard of wild animals? And have you ever heard of domestic animal? Okay, so students, some animals, some animals, they live near our neighborhood, right? And they are less harmful or dangerous. Or we can say that they can be easily controlled. So those animals who live near our neighborhood or who live with us, they are called domestic animals. We will see examples, okay? But before that, again, let's discuss about the wild animals. Wild animals, they can be very dangerous and they'll live in jungle, in forest, or we will find wild animals in the zoo, okay? So students, let's see example of domestic animals. So these animals here, we see different types of animals here. So students, we see this type of animals around us, right? So students, this type of animals are called domestic animals. Okay? So they live with us near our neighborhood. Okay? So some examples, we can see a duck here. We see a dog and a cat here. They are best friends, you see? We can see a pig here. Okay? Now we can see cow, goats, right students? And we have many domestic animals. Okay students? So these are tamed animal. Okay? Because tamed means they can be easily controlled. Okay? So students, now we have learned about domestic animals. Now let's learn about the wild animals. So students, here we are going to discuss about the wild animal. The wild animal live in the jungle, in the forest. Okay. Now students, we can also find them in a zoo. Now we can see a lion here. How many of you like lion? And fun facts, lion is also known as the king of the jungle. Okay? Now here, another wild animal, that is tiger. Now students, do you also know that tiger is the national animal of India? Now here, students, here, this is a cheetah. Okay? Cheetah. Now see, cheetah, there is a fun fact, okay? Now I'll tell you about cheetah. It's very interesting. Cheetah is the world fastest, fastest land animal. So sometimes teacher says like in school, teacher often take example of cheetah, right? In sports and all, when you are very, very slow, teacher says, run like a cheetah, right? Okay, here, another wild animals. Here, this is very common. Do you know the name? This an elephant. Okay, an elephant is a large animal. You can see large nose. You can see here it has a big ear and it has a long trunk. This is the trunk. Okay, so likewise students, we have different wild animals. Okay, so I have shown you some examples here. Now students, we are going to discuss about zoo. Z-O-O. Okay, zoo. So a zoo is a short form of a zoological park. Now in zoo, students, we will find different types of animals. Okay, the zoo is a place. Is we will let's say zoo is the best place for animals. Okay, because here in zoos they are put in a big cage. Okay, and we can see trees around, and also there are staff, they are humans, okay, they are workers to look after them. And students, uh, it will be a very good experience for you and your friends to visit a zoo. Okay, we will learn a lot about animals. And zoo, it is a place where animals are taken well care of. Okay, so students, we have learned about zoo. Now, like I've said, in zoos we can find different animals, right? So students, animals, they have different body features. Okay, they are not like human. Now let's say human. Okay, so people from India, people from China, people from America, or from Africa. Though we live in a different place, our colors, the color of the skin may differ, right? But students, we have the same body part. Our body functions the same. But animals, no. They have different body feature. So let's learn about that. So students here. Okay, so students, okay, most common we know that animals has 4 legs, right? That is very common, 4 legs. And we have seen many animal with 4 legs, right? But do you know animal without legs? There are many animals without legs. I've given one example here, and that is, are you ready? There's a snake. Okay? Now, students, we can see 2 animals here. They may not be best friends. So, students, here we can see a deer. We can see here a fox. Okay? Deer, D-E-E-R, and a fox, F-O-X. So the difference that we can see here is deer has a horn, right? Now, fox, there's no horn. So students, some animals, they have horns, like deer and many other animals, okay? And some animals, they don't have horns. And some animals, they are covered with fur, okay? F-U-R, fur like this, okay? To protect the skin, fur. It is a thick body here, okay? To protect the skin. Now students, animals such as birds and all, they have wings and feather, so they can fly. Now, students, here we can see an insects, right? So students, insects, they have more than 4 legs, right? We can see here how many legs you have. You can count, okay? Okay, so students, we have learned about the body features of different animals. Okay, so all the animals, some of them they have uh, 4 legs. Some animals they have more than 4 legs. There are animals without legs. Some animals they have horn. Some animals are covered with fur. Now some animals they have tails, right? And some animals like bird, they have wings and feather. Okay, so students, that is all about the body feature. Now, our next topic, we are going to classify animals into 3 parts. Now, students, all the animals, they eat different things. Okay, so we here in Nagaland, we eat rice, and it is common, right, for every one of us to eat rice. But now, when we talk about animals, they all depend on different things for their survival. Now, like I have said in the beginning, animals are living things and they eat and grow. They eat to stay alive. Okay? So, based on their eating habits, we classify animals into 3 parts. So, that are herbivores, H E R B I V herbivores. Now, next, it is a carnivore. Okay, carnivore. It is Carnivores. Carnivores. Now, the third one is omnivores. Okay, Omnivores. Omnivores. So you can write it down, okay? Based on the eating habits of animals, there are three types. That is herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. So let's discuss about herbivores in details. Now, herbivores are those animals which eat plants, okay, which depend on plants. They eat plants for their survival. Okay, students? Now see, here herbivores. Herb, H-E-R-B. Herb refers to plants. Okay, herb means plants. Vores means eaters. So we can say they are plant eaters. Students, some herbivores here we can see. These are, um, we can see a giraffe here. Giraffe. Now see, giraffe, we can see cow here, goat. They depend on plants. Okay? So students, are you herbivore? No, right, students? Most people we eat plants, yes, but we also eat meat, right? So that means we are not herbivores because we can not only eat plants, right? Okay, now let's discuss about carnivores. Okay, carnivores. So here, see, the first word, car, it refers to meat. Okay, meat, and vores means eater. So we can say these are meat eaters. So carnivores are those animals which depend on the flesh of the meat of other animals. Now they depend on other animals for their survival. Okay? Some examples of carnivore are here, students. Lion. We can see here different types of animal here, students. Tiger. Okay, so we have lots of examples for carnivores. Now, students, the third type of animal is omnivores. Okay, omnivores. So omnivores are those animals that depend both on plants and animals for survival. So we humans, we also fall under this category, right? Because we eat plants, yes, we eat plants, but we also eat meat, right? We like chicken, we like fish, we like meat. So students, we fall under this category, okay? Now students, we see here a cute animal, a chimpanzee. And you see the baby here? A chimpanzee is also an example of omnivores because they depend on plants and animal. Now, insects like cockroach, they can also fall under this category, omnivores. Okay, so students, here we see bear, right? So students, we have different examples. We have many examples for omnivores, and we humans are also an example of this omnivores. Okay, so students, that comes to the end of this chapter. So from this chapter, we have learned about living things, right? We have learned the difference between the domestic animal and the wild animals, right? Domestic animals live near our neighborhood, and wild animals live in the jungle, right? Now, students, we have also learned about zoo, where different types of animals are kept, right? And they are safe there, okay? Now, students, we have also learned about different types of animal based on their eating habits, such as a herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. So that comes to the end of the chapter. So students, in the next class, we will start a new chapter, a new lesson, which will be very interesting.